can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings.
Welcome back. This is Bill Miranda. We had a nice discussion the last segment with the last two segments with Carl Goldman, and we talked about the Habitat for Humanity program. We've talked about the trip that's coming up to Washington, D.C., and we started out by talking about his trip and the community's trip to Sacramento. And with me right now is Roby Marshall, who went on the Sacramento trip. This was your first trip, Roby, right?
This was my first trip, that's correct.
Your first trip to Sacramento, and so I wanted you to be here to tell me what were your impressions of that trip and how did you feel?
Wow, that's a big question right there.
Mm-hmm.
There was
I'm a big question guy.
Yeah, I can see. I'm going to be talking for the next 4 minutes now. So I was nervous about this trip because I had just started with KHTS in February, and this is the first big event that I got to do with the radio station, and it's Carl and Jerry's baby. They put a lot of work and a lot of love into this trip, and I wanted to deliver for them. And but going up on the trip, you start early on Monday morning, I think it was. We leave from the Chamber of Commerce parking lot, and we all load up the bus with food, breakfast from Marie Callender's, and we head out towards Sacramento. It's a nice long bus trip. We get to know each other on the bus. I'm taking photos. I was taking photos the whole way. And
People get up during the bus ride and introduce themselves?
That's true, yeah. People get up. There's a microphone. They get up and they introduce themselves, and they have to tell their life's worst secret to the whole. It really breaks down the barriers pretty quick.
Now Carl knows why I don't go.
Yeah,
because
you'll be on the spot. You got to come up with something.
No.
And then Perry is in the front seat interviewing every single person on the bus, and we break in live to the radio. And this year we had to do it over a cell phone because the bus didn't have power to run our links. But we did it. We did a great job. Perry did a great job interviewing every single person on that bus on the way up and then on the way back. But it's a whirlwind trip. You get there, check into the hotel, and then it's meetings right away. There's water meetings and all kinds of things that concern our community. And but my overall impression is that you are surrounded by people who absolutely care and are invested in this community. All the charities, all the big players, all the bigwigs. It's a get to know you and get to know your community real fast type of trip. So anybody that's thinking about going on it next year, I highly recommend it. You will come away with friends for a life. I can't go in any restaurant or anywhere now without seeing people from that trip that know me, and it's such a fun thing.
It's good. It's a good way. It's a good way. I like the way you put that. A good way to know your community.
Absolutely.
And you're going up there to represent your community, but while you're getting there, you're getting to really know the people.
We're all in the same.
Community.
We're all in the same bus there. We all don't really know each other, and but on the bus ride back though, there's friendships are forming and plans are being made, and it's just such a neat experience. I really recommend it to you to go next year. You'll
Great.
really enjoy it.
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. Now, you also took some of the best photographs I've ever seen of this trip.
Wow.
I've seen photographs of this
Boy,
trip
they
every
must
year.
have stunk before.
These are some. Well, no, these are really good.
Thank you.
Really good, Roby.
Thank you.
And anyone can see these photographs. They're on page 16 and 17 of Our Valleys magazine. Just go to ourvalleys.com and you can see the magazine. And on page 16 and 17, there's a story on the KHTS Sacramento road trip, and Roby's pictures are on. And one picture in particular, and I like them all, but one picture in particular is a wide. What I thought was a wide angle shot, but Roby told me he just backed up and took. Oh my God! I don't know how many people were in this. About 30 people in this photograph.
Everybody's in there, yeah. Everybody but me.
It is incredible. It's an excellent shot, and you can see some of the movers and shakers of Santa Clarita Valley. You also have a picture of people on the bus.
Yep.
Which is really nice. You have a picture of Scott and Vanessa Wilk. Just a number of excellent pictures. Now, let me get personal and what is it? What do they say? Upfront and personal with you right now. You went on the trip. You met a lot of people. You had a good time. What was the best? What was the best time?
Oh,
The
boy.
most memorable moments.
I would have to say rooming with Perry Smith, our news director. He and I were roommates for the trip, and that's my favorite memory of this whole. I came away with. I really got to know Perry, and what a great human being he is. I really enjoy him. So I definitely easily say I met a lot of people and had a great time on this trip. But rooming with Perry, that was the highlight. We had a great time.
So next year you want to room with me.
Absolutely.
Because if that's your
Yeah.
important thing, I mean, because
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
exciting. I
It's-
think.
you seem it.
How about in terms of things that you actually did, places you went to? What would be a highlight of that?
I've never been to the Capitol, so it was all new to me.
Okay.
The Stanford Mansion was amazing. We got to go on a tour of that. You got to go on a tour of the Capitol and just to see how things work and just to see how busy Scott Wilk is and what he does for this community. It was impressive to see.
Yeah, he just got there.
Yeah.
He's already super busy.
He's got a lot of friends and he's doing a good job for us.
He's very much doing a good job for
Yeah.
us. Well, Robbie, thank you very much for being on the show. I know I kind of grabbed you in the halls and,
Yeah.
and pulled you in here, but you did a good job.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to pass
Thank you.
we videotaped Robbie's segment, and we're going to put it on Facebook and pass it on to everybody so that everybody can know Robbie.
Uh,
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much, Robbie.
You're welcome.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some more happenings in Santa Clarita Valley. This is Bill Miranda. The show is the Power Woman Business Center, and you're listening to your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.